Welcome back to the channel. Today's video, this thought popped in my head, and this is due to like some, I guess, big YouTuber drama involving Boogie. Used to be a huge YouTuber when I was growing up, and it's crazy how someone can really change from being the good guy to just being totally morally bankrupt. And let me go a little into depth about that because I think he's a great example of how people can lie and cheat and grift towards getting money. I also saw, shout out another YouTuber that's been inspiring me lately is Philion, for any person that watches that person or knows of him. I like his YouTube content. It used to be about fitness, but now it's more about like different type of content involving like there was this one about like a Thailand boot camp or Bali where these guys would just go out and pay like 10,000 pounds for like a super luxury suite. And this is for 4 weeks. Even like 1 week was only like, I think 2 grand, but that's ridiculous. Because in third world countries, you can travel pretty affordable. And it's making me wonder that society, this may be pessimistic, but honestly, the more I think about it, I think society is morally bankrupt. So let me elaborate on that. One, you see, I live in the United States, and when you see with, I don't know, like the presidential election process, famous people, uh, big YouTubers, internet personalities, some of these people just want to prey on people that are, not that bright or even sadder, in my opinion, is people that are vulnerable and are looking for guidance. Because I was one of those people at that time. And I'm hoping whoever sees this video doesn't fall into this trap. Because I used to think I could find answers in random people online. And you can, to some degree. Don't get me wrong. But there becomes a certain point where I started to value random people's opinions on the internet over people in my life or my parents who know me the best and like friends and so forth, to where it was like I took other people's experiences over the ones that were in my life. And it kind of led me to areas that, not that I regret, but when I look back, I'm like, damn, that was really cringe. I used to think that way. Not really cool. And I feel like people are now incentivized, well, ones that aren't really good virtue or just kind of rotten to the core, trying to find money in, like, in particular, young men to, like, grift them to thinking they're alpha male or a sigma male. Saying that is just cringe because when you really think about it, how does someone know what that truly means online and why they got to sell you a course that's hundreds of dollars monthly? One guy in particular, I was watching, well, some of his videos I've watched, and then I've seen some commentary videos about Hamza. And this dude is almost the same age as me. I think he's a couple months older than me. He's 27. I'm 27 later this year in a couple months in the fall. And it's really disheartening, honestly. It's like, how do they sleep at night? How do they go about just being a grade A piece of shit? Let's say it how it is. Like, no values, no moral compass, or they, market it to you as, they have it in your best interest, but they don't. They really don't. And I think more people need to call this out and stick up for it, because I just kind of think of people that are younger than me that may stumble upon this, and it could set their life back a couple years, maybe ruin some friendships, family, interpersonal relationships, you name it. And it's disappointing, to say the least, to be honest with you. Um, I just feel really bad for these kind of groups of even young women too. I don't watch too much content pertaining to that, but I've seen some like channels that kind of show like women not being like the most, I don't know how to put this, like courteous, or showing like the bad sides of them, but men also have that too. And life is a lot of gray, and it's not black and white. And whoever tells you it's black and white and it's like us versus them, like you need to question where they're coming from, because in this life, you're never really alone. I had a conversation with two of my friends, and they really brought up some good points regarding my previous video about anxiety. That's one thing I've been pretty open on here and brutally honest about myself. And it's kind of a journey of self discovery, because I feel like the more I try to journal my thoughts and opinions on this channel, I'm hoping that it connects with someone and they can be like, oh, I have similar thoughts to this, or maybe different experiences that I could share, because a lot of people out there don't really have it in your best interest. Like, they could totally like screw you over, lead you astray, and just kind of file you down to some like radical ideas, in my opinion. Especially with men and women, I feel like there's just this common discourse where it's like, men are bad, women are bad, we all suck, da 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 da, dating's horrible. And it's like, yeah, if you're always online looking at that, but if you go out into the real world and you kind of just, I don't know, try to have conversations with people and get to know them a little better, it's not as bad as it seems. I'm not going to sugarcoat and be like, yeah, this is the best time to be out there and be single, or um, dating in general. Some argue it's like the worst time ever. Some argue it's been like this for a really long time. I'm just trying to take it one day at a time. I think that's all I can do lately. I have a stable job, but it's all right. Um, Most days lately, since it's the summer and my job gets pretty busy over the summer due to clients and so forth, that mentally could be hard and draining. And it's hard to feel very passionate about something that's entirely just work. I know some people kind of get lucky and find that. I'm not in that group yet. I hope to be one day. I like making YouTube videos, so I think I'm just going to keep it simple as that and follow that and see where that goes. So for anybody that's been on this channel like for a long time, before I kind of took a break from content creating, it was just like old podcast clips and kind of conversations I would have with people that I do in my life. And the one thing I learned from that is perspective is everything. And it's good to, have conversations that are more than surface level and connect better with people. Because I think we're now in a time where, even though we have the internet and social media, we can all feel very disconnected. And when I feel disconnected, it's not a good place to be. And I feel like when you get into that spot, kind of circling back, right, to what I was talking about regarding like men's communities, most of them out there are bullshit. Um, I've been doing it since like, I think I was 22 or 23. I think it was 2 or 3 years ago when Andrew Tate got popular. And for like a couple months, I was like, "Oh my God, he's talking about all the things that I struggle." But then I realized I was like, he's just pandering to me, to a single guy who's really frustrated in dating and like can't take a hard look in the mirror and be like, "Oh, I'm the problem," or "I need to make change in my life," and not just blame it on women, so forth. So people like him and like other red pill YouTubers, I think are grifters at the end of the day, and they don't have your best interests in heart, which was I was trying to say. So I may talk about this later down the road, but I don't know. Don't feel like going too much more into depth here. I feel like I would be a little redundant. Um, Maybe I'll have longer videos regarding this topic. Just depends on what kind of audience or viewership I see. I'm trying to keep it simple and just do content that I enjoy making at the end of the day. So, that being said, have a good rest of your day, and thanks for watching.